We're here. The energies, wow, like, are so awkward right now. I wanted to jump on an Astro chat. The moon right now is in the sign of Libra. There's a lot going on. Mars retro, we have, yeah, a lot kind of surmounting. Mercury has stepped into Cap. Venus. There are so many energies going on right now, but yeah, I want to just like see how you guys are doing. How are you guys doing? Hey, Michelle. What's going on? You're up to, Vincent. How are you all doing? Hey. Chilly mama. Aww. Y'all are so sweet. So, yeah, it's easy to forget that Mars is retro. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll talk about it here if Spirit wants to. Oh no. You got an Isaac of your own on him? Ivory says, nursing my aching toe. Yeah. Vincent says, the Mars in retro is a pain in my booty, frankly. It sounds like the introduction to like a fairy tale. Yeah, you know, listen, I mean, it's weird. Mars retro is. But like, you know, we got some time at this one. This retrograde is going to take us all the way to 2023. You know, yeah, yeah. So there's a lot going on here. We are slowly but surely, you know, getting down to it is what I'm hearing from Spirit. I feel like everything's on pause right now. Like, I feel like there's just this, like, holding of the breath feeling. Oh, wow. I've just been laying in bed for hours. Didn't yawn a single time. Now I'm here and it's like... What's everyone's sun sign? Anyone here on the East Coast? Wow. Just look at the clock right there. 4:04. Hey, Alicia. 44 people in the room, 14 likes. Gemini. 3 degrees Taurus. Another Gemini. Interesting. Sun in Leo. Interesting. Wow. New York Sag. It's, you know, something going on. Every so often. Today was the weirdest. It was one of those days, you know? Spirit was like, and you're not going out. I was like, okay. Moon in Pisces. Whoa, it's deja vu right there. Deja vu. Mm. Any of you have pets? Yeah, it was super weird. How so, Julia, for you? Oh my god, that reminds me, I was watching something. It just pops up on like YouTube. It was about how there's a really odd sound playing in Brooklyn, and everyone is like picking up on this thing. It's like a high. They mentioned it was like a high, what sounded like a high pitched sound. I was like, this has gotta be someone playing Entity Sapien. Oh man. But yeah, like I could just feel the reptilians like oozing. Um and I was just like, I don't have it in me to go out and just deal with it, you know? It's like, you know those times where you're like, I know that it's gonna be weird if I leave the house. It's just gonna be some vibes and shit, you know? But then you leave and then it's like, and then you're just vibes and shit, and then you're like, I should have known. Wait, I did. I just didn't listen, you know? And then yeah, and so then no, this is the time where it's like I could feel it like right even before I stepped out. I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. So yeah. Oh my god, that is so cute. Taking your dog to visit Santa? Where? Oh wow. I could just imagine Isaac. Probably start barking at Santa. Wait, really, Julia? That is so funny. Did you hear about it? It was on the news. It was like Brooklyners are going mad trying to identify high-pitched squeaking sound throughout the city. Someone was saying it's because they installed something on the bridge. It's like, pff, yeah. It's just Entity Sapien, so it was just blasting it. Yeah. Metaphor. But yeah, I don't know. Personally, I've been like just very like irked by the energies out there. It's like left and right. It's like you could barely even go out in public. It's like they're just like literally trying to like corner you. Okay, frequentially speaking, yeah. It's like it's just it's getting like wacko, like shameless. So I'm just like I don't want to deal with that, you know. Some days it's just you feel it before you leave the house. Yeah, it's like really interesting. It was like all over the YouTube news. Oh, oh, oh. Hmm. Julie and I are the only ones on the East Coast. Exactly, Vincent. That's the thing. Like, it's like la di da di da. It's like everyone else is just like, oh yeah, like I don't see the problem here. It's like you don't like that. It's like the reptile. They have like a face on the back of their head. Okay, they could be standing in front of you in line, and it's like you just feeling that they're. It's like a smell. It's like, and it smells and it smells, and it's like you're yeah, very sneaky. I've mentioned this. I'll say it out loud. I call it out. I'm like reptilian. I call it out. Yeah, because they need to know we know. Okay, what is this? This is a lot of them are walk-ins. They're not even. I've been. You know how many robotic ass walk-ins I've been catching in the city. It's crazy. Okay, some of them they're trying to like intimidate you. It's just getting silly. How many of you have been experiencing that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's almost like, yeah, so, but, someone mentioned something about the gym. We were talking about that months ago. It's like a hot spot for entities. Ooh. It was a few months before COVID, the gym started getting just a little bit too weird. And I finally just, like, deleted my, membership. Say, like, it's a profile, like a social media profile. Yeah, it was just getting too fucking weird. I had to, like, Reiki up and down, like, for, like, almost an hour after just stepping foot into that place. So I was like, yeah, yeah. And it was getting weird because, like, I feel like, you know, people, they really create these, like, cords with you while you're at the gym. I don't want to say this to, like, freak anybody out. Yeah. If you like going to the gym and you're feeling it and you're, like, feeling groovy, it's, like, good for you, you know? But, I don't know. At least where I was going to the gym, or this, yeah, the timeline, the city, the vibe, the contracts. It was, yeah, it's like, and every time it was like gut bacteria. It's like when, yeah, someone showed up at the gym, then it's like all of a sudden you're feeling this like cord pull, like you gotta show up at the gym, and it's like you go there and it's like some creepy dude like want to hit on you. I'm sorry, I gotta just be saying it the way it is. Okay. Or whatever, you know. Anyways. Oh my god, what? Legendary says, I caught a dude filming me while I was swimming at the gym. Oh my god, like underwater? It's because you're about to win an Olympic medal for how fast you're swimming away from him. You wanted a heads up on your autograph. Signature. He start eBaying your first few shots of. Yeah, but that's actually not funny. That's pretty creepy. That's pretty creepy. In all honesty, let's back it up with throw chakra. But yeah, what I've noticed with the reptilians is like they have like two sides to them, and it's like possessed. It's like when you call it out, it's almost as if they, like, you know how many times they flash me a smile. Yeah, when I call it out, it's like it's a weird, it's just, yeah, it's just only something that I like that Vincent, you coming through with this right here, like this is something lightworkers experience, because yeah, it really is like I'm sorry to say like other people, but like, yeah, people who are not really sensitive, they're just like, what's wrong? It's like, yeah, but like it's something that this is something lightworkers will understand. I feel like uniquely. Okay, yeah, it's like they turn and give you that look. It's weird. Anyways. Yeah, what did you do? Good question, Legendary. Good question, Julia, to Legendary. Bike is all yours. Take it. But you know, I've noticed that like when weird stuff like that happens in certain places, like it's just time to go, you know? I wanted to zoom right there, but it's just time to go. Like when shit starts getting strange, it could be dark angel energy. They're just like trying to get you out of there. But it was really hard to like get out of the gym but it got to I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I had to just cut it like cold turkey, you know. But yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. It's so funny, Vincent. It's literally like that because it's gotten so obvious. It's like they're just literally like, I'll be doing grid work, and then you know I'm going somewhere and I see someone just like literally do absolutely everything to try to get me out of there. And I look in their eyes, I'm like, reptilian. It's like, and they fucking know it. It's like they know, yeah. It's, you know, it wasn't that bad. It was a few years ago, and it's gotten pretty bad now because they're getting hungry. They're fighting for their territory. Legendary. Okay. fresh deets. I was in the water, he was outside. I stared him straight into the camera. I'm sorry, I'm imagining this. Stared him in. Did he tag you on Instagram when he posted it? Straight so you could check it out, into the camera, and this fool started to pretend he was taking a self. Oh my god, I can't. Ew, wait, this is creepy. Change the angle all of us. That's so disgusting. Oh my god. What? Oh no, this reminds me, yeah, of that guy. I mentioned this story before. He was like in at this like it was outside a supermarket, and there was like a seatery area, and like we were sitting, and then I saw him like filming like women's butts as he was, yeah, sitting down. They were walking by, and then at a certain point, I think like either I or someone I knew walked by, and then I turned around back at him, and he was holding his camera. I said, and he was like, "What?" And he was like actually so fucking weird and strange. What? What's going on? He's like looking at me up and down. It's weird. So yeah. Yeah, like it's like it's all been done, and now it's just like they're just sitting there. What it reminds me of, like when they take the polls, and like everyone pretty much knows like who won, because it doesn't matter how many remaining votes there are. It's like there's no way that person's gonna win, but they still show up to vote. It's like something like that. It's like, okay, toot your horn now. But what really matters is where the gas pedal and the brake are taking you, and we see the way you dance between the two. And yeah, let's back it up. Let's go throat chakra. Let's back it up, clear sacral and the solar plexus chakra. We see the way you take the food back and forth from the front to the back of the stage. Yeah, so yeah, these are people who are, it's very simple. It's a very simple algorithm. People who are very selfish, who are not in a compassionate energy space. Okay, and that doesn't mean bending over backwards for others and letting people hook into your aura to drain your frequency. But being, conscientious of how you are operating in this dimension. It's like, are you like environmentally responsible spiritually? Are you projecting onto other people? So these people who are very like selfish, especially I'm seeing something about finances, like, it's like, did you take advantage of people? Did you objectify? Did you think this was more important than, I'm hearing being kind to others. I feel like finances are gonna, well, no shit, because of all this Capricorn with a Mars retro, it's gonna get pretty serious. Like the whole, I'm hearing in and out. This will come down to how people interact within the landscape of finances. I feel like, yeah, it's just, selfishness is going to become very unattractive, just extremely unattractive, and that could also be with businesses. So, like, what happened? Legendary says, that is so fucking funny, but it is very creepy. Wow. Yeah, they're just trying to taunt you, I've had so many weirdos, stalkers. They're trying to push you off your grid. You're doing your work, you're doing your energy work. Yeah, and that's the thing, but there's a point where, like, because sometimes I'm like, well, is this like spirit trying to tell me to just get out of here already? Like, it's, because you can also get into a rhythm with your grid work, and it's like, sometimes you think, no, sometimes it's time for you to leave, it's like, time's up, it's like, time's up, and you gotta move out, move cities, get out of a connection, get out of a really, but it can be really hard, so sometimes spirit has to just push you out a bit. So it's like, but it is a fine line. It's like, well, is it a situation like that, or is it, yeah. But yeah, you'll know, like, but personally, I don't know. The gym, I'm just like, I can't. And like, every time, we even have a gym in our building, when I even pass by that place, it's like, I can't even walk through the gym, not even like working out there, which tells you there's something about what's going down. You know, when you're working out, I mention this all the time, your chakras are wide open, you know? So, I don't know. I feel like the more sensitive to energy you get, like, personally, even, you know, yeah, it's a little too much. And it's like, if we think about it, it's like, why are we all working out like that together? It's like, do we even know these people? It's like, I feel like the energy hygiene, you know, it's like a club. Because the thing about the gym is that I feel a lot of people who go there, you know, they're looking for a partner. There, we said it. Okay, we just gotta, yeah, I don't know. This is maybe someone's very specific message. It's like, I feel like a lot of people there, okay, it's like hungry eyes, like they're looking, they're hot, and they're not looking, yeah, they're hot, and they're bothered, and like they need to, like, yeah, find, let's get real. I mean, yeah, it's like the human nature energy, a lot of testosterone going on there. So yeah, I don't know, then you're all up in there. It's like, personally, it's always, it'll throw your energy force field off. Even if you're very focused, like, you could have really incredible energy hygiene, you know, meditation, everything, and then you go there and it's like, there's like some vulturous energies, and it's not just, I'm talking whatever gender. It's not about gender. It's back it up with her. Yeah. Oh god. Oh, you left Vegas, Alicia? I'm like reading these comments. I'm sorry. What? Dynamic Force. How did they have your WhatsApp? That is like so weird. Yikes. That's kind of like catfishing you for like a modeling gig. It's like, hey, psst, yeah, by the way, I could be a photographer. Susan, that's, yeah, really disturbing as well. Who's this? Ellen, thank you so much for your super chat. Thanks for your $19.99 on the dock. Love it light, love it light. Thanks for your support, guys. That's very kind. But, you know, I gotta be honest, like, the level of creepy that I have encountered ever since I got Isaac, I mean, it's like another level. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's, I mean, full blown. And at first I was like, oh my god, I want to, like, be mean, you know? People want to pet Isaac, he's cute, you know, they want to say hi. I'm like, okay. And then it starts to get out of control, you know? It was like, I couldn't even serve in a full-fledged, like, petting zoo. And not only that, but, like, they were creeping him out. He was getting scared and he was running away. It's like all these children running up to, you know, like, even people, children, and, like, a lot of people are not very sensitive, and a lot of them are why is it not zooming? Reptilians. Wonder why it's not zooming. Anyways. No. And, like, it got to the point, like, yeah, where it's just creepy. It's downright creepy, and it's like they're trying to, it's like weird. It's like they're preying on him. It's like, people just approaching us in, like, a coffee shop cafe, looking like half possessed and just drawing towards him. I'm like, okay, you need to step back. Like, this has really opened my eyes, you know, really, really, about, yeah, I mean, think about it like in any capacity. Like, if you have a cute child, if you have a cute animal, you know, that doesn't mean that someone could just come and, like, kind of step into your space. You know, let alone, I mean, some people, they'll just do that to you. They think you're good looking, they'll just, and that is also a thing. But see, this is very interesting because this is a different lesson learned. Like, personally, That also was a huge lesson for me. Like, just because someone wants to talk to you, okay, or like is attracted to you, or they're drawn to you, okay, doesn't mean you need to be nice even as a friend. Okay, if someone here is being weird with you, yeah, because a lot of that is entity. They want to hook into your aura. So yeah. And what I like is that Isaac is very, very like much sort of he's kind of like a guarded dog. Like, he, even when I would like encourage him to like say hi to the children, Isaac, or say hi, no, like, he's like, why? Who am I saying hi to? It's like he doesn't even understand like why he should. Yeah, let's back it up. What? That's gotta be the weirdest thing. Moonrain says, I've heard people rub, I'm assuming you said rub, pregnant women's bellies who they don't know. Yes, he does. Isaac is he's definitely a guide. Yeah. So, and, yeah, he's extremely intuitive. And, at a certain point, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to subject him to that. I don't care, like, this is the thing. It's really been, like, very challenging, because some people, like, they'll come up to you and just, like, assume, like, in a very manipulative way, like, oh, like, I have to pet your dog. No, you don't have to pet nobody's dog. Like, yeah. And then they judge you. And I know a lot of people, oh, it's like, why are you getting offended that you cannot, like, just do whatever the fuck you want with someone else's personal space, It's something like this. And it's not rude, but that was definitely a lesson. And it's like, and he's like my child. I have to protect him. Okay, and it got to the point where I'm like, why should I allow little children as well to scare him? Just because to be nice to these children? This is ridiculous. No, they need to learn, proper manners. Like, you don't just run up to, anyways. So yeah, but it's like we're talking from energy standpoint. Like, it's just been really, it's like they're using it as a gateway, Speaking of the Isaac, he's having his nighty nights. Yeah, so, yeah. Let's back it up. Let's clear throat chakra. Exactly, Vincent. You feel his energy, Alicia? Oh, wow. Yeah, he has a really powerful aura. It's, like, really interesting because he's, like, a very old soul. I feel like he's, like, a very, like, super old soul. Like, I mean, I don't feel like even when he was, like, very puppy-ish, like, never felt he was, like, really, truly, like, puppy. Like, I always, sort of felt that he is not a puppy. It's like, he's very human. I feel like he's more human than he is. Yeah, it's like this was just for fun for him. He just wanted to just wanted to be free in this life. So, Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Julia. Um, yeah, and then I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, bye. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like, it's just a total excuse for people to project their nonsense onto you. It's like, yikes, Like, I had some creepy ass person want to take a photograph of me and him together. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, that's really creepy. Let's clear it down the back entirely. It's just, like, weird. It's just freaking weird. So, yeah, but, And a lot of like creepy past life energies. Like, I feel like Isaac and I, you know, the one thing that's very interesting is like whoever we meet, they always, and I'm talking like reptilians, when I sense a reptilian energy, for some reason these people always ask what his name is. And it's just very interesting because, yeah, and I feel like there's something. I wish I could like one day just connect all the dots for y'all because it's just so interesting, but yeah, so many little like messages within messages, but there's something like very, very karmic, you know? It's like, it's weird because like some people, they'll look at us with this like eye of like, it's strange, like, how do you say? It's like they're like hyper focused on us. It's very strange. Um, And yeah, they're like, what's his name? It's like, ew. It's like, why do you want to know his name? I don't know. It's something weird, but his, yeah, I mean, a name is important, you know. But I would proudly say it, you know. But yeah, these are past life energies. It's almost like they have some weird, like, I don't know. It's like, bye. So, yeah. This weird, creepy person followed us around this area for almost 20 minutes and was coming back and forth, like circling us. And then was like, it was just, oh my god. And I can't even explain, but it was, yeah, it was one of the creepiest, like, energies. Let's go to the sacral shower. Yeah, Julia, yeah. Somebody else also mentioned that. They were like, yeah, he, like, came in at a very particular time. I mean, it was right before, more or less, Mars went retro. Um, yeah. And so let's back it up. But yeah, it's all because we're moving at lightning speed ahead. And I mean, it's, yeah, but the one thing that we can't like necessarily like change is how other people react and how they will project, and you know, they are reacting to their reality. The karmic decision has been made, and we're definitely moving very quickly into the timeline that we've chosen as a collective. So, yeah. Hmm. And how do you guys feel about where you're living? What do you guys think about like the cities that you're in? Like, how do you feel about these places? Do you guys feel like you want to like move, or even feeling like you're pretty set? Let's back it up my question. Oh, you want to go back to Vegas, Alicia? You're doing your grid work there. Do you have a main line running through Vegas? Where do you live, Ivory? You also live in DC? Would be interesting to see your astro cartography, Alicia. Oh. I keep having like a past life vision. I'm trying to identify the city. I can't tell, but I've come to believe that it may be somewhere in Europe. It may be somewhere like Scotland. It's such a specific vision. Wherever it is, it's got like turquoise green in the building structures. I don't know, that just reminded me. But yeah, I've never been to London. Like, I would absolutely love to visit, but now I got Isaac. It's, you know, probably not a great time. Oh my god. Oh, yeah. It's back gonna put a throat chakra. It's probably not a good time to travel. And I'm good at that, honestly. I've come to appreciate so many things about DC. Especially after I traveled, like, recently. I was just like, oh my god, I can't wait to get back. Like, I just want to be back home. Like, I wanted to just, yeah, be back, like, more than ever. More than ever. You been to Scotland? Wow, never been. It's back up clear throat chakra. Right, Shannon. It does feel energetically cloudy. Yes. It's exactly what it feels like, I would say. You're in DC, Alicia, right now? You're visiting DC? How many people are in DC? I keep bumping into people who recognize the channel in DC. It's happened like at least like 3 times in the last few months, which is like very rare. Random, you know? Oh, Washington State, okay. Portugal. Maybe Holly Lex. Wow. Wow. That sounds cool. Lexi, you're awake? Where are you at? What time zone are you in? What's your time zone? Never been to Seattle. I heard it's like, it looks like it's kind of similar to Boston, but like West Coast. I mean, for some, listen guys, I don't know what's going on with Chicago, but I keep having like something about Chicago. It like keeps like pulling me. I keep searching random stuff about Chicago, keep having visions of Chicago. It's like I'm obsessed with Chicago. I don't know, but I've never really spent extended time there. And like a year ago, I like was convinced that I was gonna move to Chicago. It was like a whole like solid 3 hours of like feeling like, yep, moving to Chicago, like that's my next city. I don't know, it's like interesting, but usually when that happens, it's not right then, it's like later down the line. I don't know what's going on with Chicago, but Clara! Are you talking about in person? 2020. That would be really crazy. Because one time I was in a bookstore and I was getting a tarot deck. And I was talking to someone working there, and there was a girl behind me in line. Yeah, this is right after I started the channel, more or less. Oh, I turn around, she goes, I think I know you. You have a channel. And I was like, what? She was like, yeah, I think you'll be fine with whatever tarot deck you got. She was really sweet. Was that you? But yeah, and then I did a personal reading for her. But it was in person. Oh, a video reading. Okay. Sounds very familiar. I don't go on Instagram anymore. But yeah. You're in Chicago, 3:04 a.m. Here, snowstorm. I don't know what it is about Chicago. But yeah, I keep like bumping into people. Something. I'm not on TikTok now. No. Interesting. What do you think about the vibes on TikTok? Because personally, like, I've just completely gotten off. I used to do Vine. The other day I was this close to, like, posting some of the Vines from, like, 08. They're just so silly. But yeah, I used to be on Vine, and that was, like, a while ago, and I had a lot of fun with that. And then they deleted Vine. It was pretty sad, but the Vines are still up. I'm having some fun with the shorts. The shorts on YouTube. But yeah, apparently like TikTok is pretty popular. But yeah, I recently deleted my Insta. I'm not on Insta. It's just too many creepy people, you know. I'm really sorry, but too many creepy energies, and it's just like a online vortex for like fraud as well. Like a lot of creepy, just yeah, and a lot of spam, troll, yeah. A lot of gang stalkers on Instagram as well. You're like not the first person to mention that, Hollylex. That's very interesting. Okay, I will look into it. If you think, you know. I'll never forget when I first did YouTube. I didn't have my face on the camera. And I I was just doing like, you know, just with my hands. Abby, thank you so much for joining, members. Thanks for joining Hourly Astrology. Hope to see you soon on, members. I mention this whenever Spirit pulls me off of the holding pattern for whatever reason. You know, it's been some time. But yeah. So then all of a sudden I get a comment from someone on the video, and it was like very clear. This lady comes on, she was typing, it was a Sagittarius video, I think. She goes, show us your face. We have to like see more of you. And it was just like a clear message. So yeah, I'll take it, Hollylex, as a message. Interesting. interesting pamphlet. Yeah, I've definitely been like pretty privy to Twitter. I never used it before the channel, and then I literally just use it because it's so practical. Like right when a video posts, like I usually tweet it, or if I feel guided, yeah, there's a message, coming from even an older video, I'll repost the video, and it's very, very reliable. Rather than YouTube. Which is not that it's not that accurate, Sometimes they don't post community tabs, they don't post yeah, like all the videos. Some people, like, after you went live already 3 times in a day, YouTube stops notifying your followers. Yeah, so Twitter is like more accurate in terms of the timing. That's very kind. Thank you so much, T-Lin, for showing up. But yeah, I mean, I've just tried to stay off of the social media. I feel like it's really easy. If you think about it, right? Like, it's consumption of content. And a lot of it is like bombarding, like things you didn't ask to hear, things you didn't ask to see, things, so unless there's a way to really control that, like so many times, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like a trap like energy. I just personally don't really. I think the less the better. Personally. There are times where I really, like I enjoy the photography side of Instagram, but then it's just like it's like the gym. It's like it's like not much different, And especially if you are like a light worker, it's just another way for reptilian frequencies to try and like get in contact with you. So but yeah. And especially if you're like, let's say if you're a YouTuber or you're whatever, you got your social media, it's just like a nightmare, man. If you hear about all these people with the scams, it's like how many tarot readers have to post like at the beginning, like every other video, if I'm contacting you for a private reading, this is not me. Like I'm really sorry, but like I can't help but laugh sometimes. It's like they sound like desperate, I mean, I won't say anything. I know there are people creating memes of me on Insta, whatever. It's like they're posting like fake pictures of someone. They're pretending that these are like They're pretending that this is me. It's something like Alchemy and You or something. They made a fake Instagram. The account name sounds like Alchemy and You, and they're framing me as like some party girl. It's like the strangest. They're framing it as a party scene person. Yeah. I did not even bother to report it. I'm just like, okay. Not accurate at all. I mean, it was like the stupidest thing, because like anyone who truly follows his channel, I mean, that's gotta be spirit, like trying to weed people out even. Because like if anyone's gonna see that and like try to judge me, I'm sorry, like I don't know. go ahead, judge me if you think that's, yeah, bye-bye. It's like, it's gone to the point where it's like, no, like, some people you should unfollow. It's not a bad thing. I've just, like, stopped going on social media. So, also, like, yeah, because they were trying to hack my accounts. You know? But yeah. And, yeah, but it was a sign. It's like, it's time to get off. I was like, yeah, no, I'm happy with that. Why don't you play these stupid games, you know, as well, where they got all these random people following you, looking at your private business. It's like, do you even know who these people are, just staring at your photographs, like, all day? You know what I mean? So, it's, like, very, like, uncomfortable. It's like, if someone's in your life and they're there and you guys are enjoying the moment, great. But, like, why do they all need to be prying all up into your business? You know what I'm saying? And then it's weird because, like, yeah, anyways. You can't necessarily, like, tailor who sees what, and then, oh, no, like, why are you, like, why I can't see your photos? It's like, bye. This is, like, 2nd grade. But it has, like, you know, major... If you're very sensitive to energy, like, you can usually feel the drama on social media, like, yeah. And, like, weirdos messaging you, like, the number one thing, like, okay, like, the person, like, my friends would be like, oh, why are you even, like, looking at these troll messages? Like, why do you even care? It's like, just ignore your DM box. It's like, nah. It's like, cause I can feel it. If you're trying to send a message, like, I already know when people message me. I already see the whole message. Yeah, Spirit flashes the whole message to me. And I'm like, that's weird. That must be my imagination. Right. Go to the DM, it's like the exact fucking message. So it's like, there's no point. I mean, yeah. So it's like, I feel like if you're very sensitive and psychic, it's like, you want, like, the lesser outlets, the better, where people can try and project into your life. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's like, yeah. But, yeah, they just try to hook into your aura. They're trying to be interesting and, like, relevant and, like, trying to, like, get you to, like, message them back and, like, hit them up. Anyone else dealing with this? I'm sure so many people. I mean, if you're, like, especially, you know, doing psychic work, you probably have so many people just trying to, like, oh, God. Yeah. It runs a gamut. You know, trying to impersonate people you know, and then trying to, like, turn you on, and, like, sending dick pics and, like, all this weird stuff. It's like, it's really bizarre. You know, my whole email is, like, shut down practically because I have no more space. But I'm not deleting the fucking email address, because I know their little game. They're gonna try to take it over and then impersonate me. You know, I'm not playing your little game. So, yeah. They're trying to just bombard your email address. There's no more room, which I'm happy about anyways. I don't want to get emails. Okay, I don't want to get emails, yeah. So, it's like, yeah, it's like, okay. But, no, like, literally, I have, like, it's a space warning, because they keep sending emails. So, it is what it is. That's a great way to describe the double-edged sword, Vincent, to it. Sometimes I'm like, it's like, I don't really want, yeah. But I know that this was my calling, and I know that, you know, yeah, because there was a very particular moment where I was like, do I want to show my face on the camera? That yeah, I was like, I got a message from, very clear message from Spirit, not like, yeah, that's part of what the plan is. So I was like, okay, that's what needs to be done, you know. So it's a soul calling. Yeah. Yeah. It was insane. It was to the point where I even got like a warning from Google talking about suspicious activity, but that's because they were trying to hack my email. God knows, you know? Mm-hmm. The funny thing is you can hack whatever you want. It's like it's like you're practically seeing the same thing as you would be on YouTube. But anyways. So trying to hack a nun. It's like that's freaking weird. But let's go to the right side, buddy. Yeah, and sometimes Vincent, it's like you can see where, you know, it's like not with you one-on-one, it's like with others. It's like I can see where you're trying to dupe that other person, and like that's been for me, that's huge for me. The last few months, you know, as a lesson, like saying, okay, let that person, like, you know, believe that that's truth. Bye, gotta go now, you know? And just not feel any kind of way about that. Then part two, hard part of that is like when they do realize and they want to rush back in, and it's like, it's like that's not my job, you know, to kind of just be here. Like, yeah, it's like because part of it is like, does it really assist you, you know? Is it, yeah, and sometimes the answer is, well, you need to really hold your boundaries, even when someone returns and they so-called, you know, saw past their ways. It's like, but like it's not about, yeah, because I feel like a lot of people will try to tug on your aura and on your energy field as a light worker and assume that you're just, you know, and it's like, I'm not here for, you know, just holding your hand through the shadows. Pick through the trash? What do you mean? Yeah, exactly, Julia. It's like, hey, you know what? That's your truth right now. You know, with anything. And it's like, hey, you do what you think. You know, you do what you think. And from the light worker standpoint, it's like you can't take it personally. You can't get involved. It's like, I'm not going to get involved. And that was always a really hard lesson for me, even like with family. It's like, I mean, I would get into so many like debates. Like, you know, it's like, why don't you see this? Like, you can't see this. Like, I mean, even with stuff such as health, which is spiritual, you know, it's all connected. But yeah, it's like you'd get into like, you're fighting like for what? For this other person to live their life in a certain way? It's like, why? And yeah, but then spirit pulls you out of those situations. You do your work, you know, you give your 2 cents. They either listen or they don't, and then they reap their karma, and then but then they want to hang out with you when they're getting their karma. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that, and you don't feel guilty for that, you know. Um, it has like a vibe to it, and I feel like a lot of this for light workers is challenging sometimes because you're like, well, where are my real friends at? Where I don't have to always be on this end of like, you know, where you feel like you're holding the vibe up and you gotta like meet them halfway. It's like, why can't I just meet someone who's gonna not drain me? You see what I'm saying? That's the part for light workers that can get kind of like annoying. It's almost like we feel like we're caretaking after like the collective, which is, but yeah, it's like important not to see it as something. It's a fine line. Like you can assist people without assisting them. So that's where I'm just like, you know what? Either you see, and then that becomes very obvious when people then still like stick around and they're just so sticky and like they just want to just be there. It's like, so sorry. You either take your own advice or we work together and we find a happy medium. but it's almost like they don't want to negotiate. Has like a bit of like a mafioso energy to it. Holly, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you so much for your super chat. Nat, thank you for everything. I have had the privilege of a few readings from you back in the day. I was caught in the dream a little back then. But you've been calling me along. Thank you. That's very sweet. That's very sweet. Thank you so much for connecting and for that message. That's very kind. Isaac and I say thank you. Oh, he's sleeping. So yeah, it's what it is. Is that Andre? Wait, hold on. T. Lynn. You said you changed your username? Or is that Andre? It looks really similar to Andre's, Tiffany. Oh, got you. So, yeah. I'm Tiffany, lol. Yeah, Andre is so lovely. But yeah, I feel like you maybe have, you got a lot of Gemini, Libra, some water in the chart, more air. I forget what Andre's sign is. Hey, B. Yeah, Vincent. Right. Very good way to put it. It says, Vincent says, I think it's a new medium. It says, I think it's a new medium, this being connected but not. Yeah. Because, like, personally for me, I'm like, that was the hardest. Because I felt like I needed to, like, be in the same boat. It's like, no. This was way back, like, years ago, before I started the channel especially. But still, like, even otherwise, it's like, I hope they ascend. It's like, why are we hoping? We don't need to hope. That's not your job. You know, it's like, and that's draining. That whole, like, I hope they ascend. It's like, stop. You know, it's like, you do what you do, and you're enough. That's enough. What other people do and how they, yeah, what they do with who you are is what they do with who they think they are. Okay, so it's like, yeah, and for me personally, I mean, my South Node in Cancer, like, I had to let go of that whole, you know, fairy tale of, like, you know, yeah, they will understand and it's gonna be fine and, like, it's right. It's like, sometimes it's not right, and, yeah, so you gotta, like, be clear on how much you're also willing to tolerate of whatever, because it can get very, very draining out there when you feel like, you know, you're also, like, heavily needed, but then it's like, sorry, but, like, yeah, if it's not assisting you and you're, like, a caretaker to the, you're not a caretaker. You're not here to just care about others. You're here to care for the entirety of the collective, which means you're included. So if something is off, like if you're caring more for another person, but then you're feeling drained, that's not your role. Yeah. Yeah, so, like, but that was, I think we're just letting go of the so-called, like, illusion of the burden. Yeah, and we're just, yeah, we're letting it go. I mean, a lot of that was very karmic a few months ago. That was, like, remember when I was crying on the live chat? That was, like, really, that was one of the hardest, but yeah, had to move through it. Let's back it up to the throat chakra, and even, like, dating. I mean, the idea of, like, connecting to people is just so far changed. Like, dating is, like, it's equivalent to, like, connecting with chords, you know. And once you have some pretty challenging chorded experiences, and then you unchord, it's like, ugh. I will think twice about connecting to someone. Let me tell you. You know. Yeah. Personally, as, like, a sun sign Pisces, moon Sag, Mars Gemini, like, sometimes it's kind of this energy of, like, well, why not? Why is it not zooming? Why not? Like, I wonder what this person is like. Like, let me keep an open mind, you know? But then it, like, is at the detriment of your intuition, or at the sacrifice of your intuition, where maybe your intuition is telling you something, but then your curiosity is telling you another thing, and you're just like, but then you get into a relationship with that person, and it's just like, whoa, it's like, it's not a joke. Like, when you connecting with a relationship, you exchanging energy, karma, it's like, becomes a pretty big, it's like having a child, you know? It's kind of like having a child. When you come together with people, you do create a sort of third entity, and so, yeah, personally, I'm, like, way more careful with, like, who, and it's just, it's not even in terms, it's not like, oh my god, like, I really want to, like, be in a relationship, but I'm holding myself back. It's like, I don't even, like, I'm not thriving in that space anymore. Like, it's more, it's more self-empowered energy. So yeah, guys, let's take a break. We'll see.